Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Lüning, Horst Lüning. I'm the master taster of Whisky.com. And this is my son Ben, and I'm very, very happy that you bought those chairs. They're so comfortable, incredible. Yeah. Today we... you need a cushion. Today we have the new Tullibardine, 15 years of age here on our cask. And this one is the first 15-year-old after the closing or the mothballing period of Tullibardine. And, well, we had that whiskey already in our live tasting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's now the new standard bottling of Tullibardine.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really, really nice that we see that on a distillery. We almost thought that they would not come out with an age statement because they just waited so long, and I think it's really uncommon.
They skipped the 10 and 12
and 10 and 12, they skipped it. So, but where do they want to go? Do they want to go 15, 20, 25, or
no age statement at all? Yeah, but they started with 15 years. There is a 20 and I think 25-year-old on the market, and those whiskies are from the time before the closing, and those bottles cost a lot. They are really expensive. So this one is in the mid-50s. It's uncolored, so this is original color, and it's unchill filtered, even with this 43% ABV. So you could expect some cloudiness if the whiskey becomes colder. So this is very uncommon to have this. Or omitting the cold filtering.
I think everybody knows, or maybe not, the story about Tullibardine as they closed and reopened. What was it, 2004? So now 15 years later, or 16 years later, 15-year-old comes out. But what is really interesting about Tullibardine is, and I think I remember, is the fermentation. Mm-hmm. Usually you have a fermentation tank, and then you have a switcher blade that cuts down the foam, or you put in stuff that prevents the foam creation, and then the Tullibardine distillery does none of it. So they just let it ferment very naturally, and it bubbles up, and they just fill it so they know where the bubbling end, but
typically ends.
They do have a bit of a safety area there. But at some points of time, at very, very reactive yeasts, then it bubbles over. So they go the old natural way.
I've seen a distillery tens of years ago on Isle of Isla. They had a longer power shortage. And then the switcher blades turned off or went off. And then the fermentation, the washback went over. So it was quite a mess, it was sticky, and yeah. Okay, so now the distillery is open since 2003, 2004.
Oh, here they say 2003.
Yeah, it was, I think, mid or late 2003. And then 2004, they were at the first full year of production. Yeah, so this is a heavy, very massive bottle showing the date 1488. And to that date, not the distillery was founded, but there is a written witness that there was a king with his cottage passed by and stopped, and he bought beer from here. So they say, so the starting of this distillery was a brewery, and from this brewery, this is tight. Very good. So from that time on, the distillery or the brewery at that place was known, and so the 1488 sticks to that bottled due to this reference to this place where they fermented barley.
Very interesting is also that the water at Tullibardine is a really, really, really good quality. And also it's really, 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 really plentiful, as there are a lot of water sources. One for Tullibardine, and I think 5 others for different Scottish water brands. Highland Spring, I think, also is there. And
Yep, I know.
a few other supermarkets and discounters also get their water from there. So it's really plentiful and really good. Cheers.
Oh. So there's a light hay note. Fruity. And then going more to Christmas spices, cloves, darker fruits. Cooked apple. Yeah.
It's wonderfully nice in terms of its flowery. It's a bit of grassy, a bit of fruitiness, lightly sweet as well, and it's packed with variety and complexity. Nice.
Yeah, there's a little maltiness in it. It's fresh cookies. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
First, quite oily. Then spiciness comes through. The cask is there. Some, well, sweeter fruits now. Sugary. And then with the cask, some nuttiness. Oh, yeah, a much bigger taste than the smell suggested. Yeah.
Wow. It's a wonderful mixture between oakiness, nuttiness, and fruitiness. And it's very creamy, round. You do realize that it's a nice blend of sherry. So when I say blend, I mean a mixture of sherry. It's not overwhelming. You don't have that felty, feely, fuzzy feeling in your mouth. But it's definitely got a heavy sherry influence. Or is there any other strong wine? Or
I think there is some sherry note in it. And this is...
I think they don't say it.
They don't say it, but you could have a look at the color of the whiskey, and that shows it's not perpendicular to the screen now. That there is probably a 20% sherry cask influence in it. You can see it by the color and by the taste.
I would have even said a bit more than 20%. I would have gone for 30, maybe even 40.
43% is just right because it fits to the complexity. It's not that sharp because the cask is more hefty. It's light mustard note in it probably.
I think it's a lovely mature whiskey. 15-year-old really tastes mature. And it's nice to have a new, good, standard bottling of a Highland, of a kind of new Highland distillery.
Yeah.
There are very, very old bottles there, so very, very expensive bottles, but yeah. So
here we go.
Thank you very much for watching. It was a lovely whiskey. Thanks for watching the video, and see you next time.